Alright guys, let's discuss the part 1 of the subject information technology, where we have two key terms to understand right now. One is information, the other one is technology. Right, so to basically go with the context of what is information, right, first and foremost thing we need to know is information. So guys, tell me generally, whenever we are talking about the term information, what comes to your mind? So you're talking about the word information, we say I'm going to give you some information, or I'm going to give you, I'm going to get some information. When we are using the word information, what do we mean by information?
Data.
Some kind of a data, right? Okay, that is something. Tell me what all comes to your mind, we will discuss. See, there is no way how we need to by heart any definition. We can always go with understanding what the concept is and then fundamentally going up and coining a definition. You don't really have to make something, like by hearting or setting up things. Just ask a few questions, get the answers, join them, that will make up a definition, right? So guys, in that context, what is information? Let's throw your opinions and we will cover it. So for somebody said it is data. It is not definitely only data, because then what is the difference between data and information? Both are same? No. So data is something else, information is something else. What else? What else comes to your mind? It's some kind of a message, some kind of an opinion, some kind of a thought. Then processed data. Okay, somebody says if data, that means, so processed data they are saying. So first of all, you gave me this word data. I asked you what is information. You are giving me another word which I don't know the meaning of now. See, an answer to one question should not be another question. Correct? So you give me the answer for this also, no? I asked you a question, you should give me answer, not one more question. But what you are giving me is another question. So I don't know what is data, so tell me what is data now. You said data, what is data? So guys, basically, if you look at what is information, the first question that we have asked is what? So you told me data, somebody told me message, somebody told me process data, right? And then somebody is telling me it could be anything useful. All those is fine. But what ideally is data? Anything in this world, is modeled in the form of data only. Anything is modeled in the form of data. All real world objects are modeled in the form of data. Which means what? Which means data is a mere collection of, some kind of a facts. Let me throw an example to make this concept a little more clear. Right? For example, when you're walking, you saw a banner which reads like class start on the 25th. Right? You saw a banner like this where it was saying that classes start on 25th. You saw something and this is absolutely ridiculous to understand. But is it a fact that classes are starting somewhere? Yeah, it's a fact. Class is starting. Where? Which class? Now, a medical student is walking and he saw this, some class is starting. An engineering student saw this. A CA student saw this. All these people saw this board, but nobody could make anything out of it. So they just saw and walked past it. Why? Because it didn't make relevance to anybody. Class are starting. Be very clear, which class? So I don't know. And since that is something that is not clear or it's very vague here, we really don't know what class is going on. Now, same set of people are walking on the road, but they saw this banner right now, where CA classes start on 25th. Now the medical student who walk past, the engineering student who walk past, they'll simply walk past it. They won't give any second thought to it. Why? Because is it giving greater clarity than the first example or not? Yeah. So, with a little more information, we are able to understand. With a little more clarity, we are able to understand. So guys, is this board useful to somebody now? Is this board useful to somebody? Who is that somebody? A CA student. Correct? Now please understand, as we add more and more clarity. Now guys, he saw this board in February. So ideally what will he think? 25th is Feb 25th. That's what he thinks. It could be March 25th also. So it's lacking more clarity. Now wait, it's not done there. CA class are starting on 25th. One CPT student saw this and he's like, hey, some class are starting. Then he's like, you don't know that it's CPT or IPCC or final. Then they walk past it again. So those CA students stopped and saw this. He is not really going to the next step. Why? Because of lack of clarity. So now what they did is to do something like this. Now who are the students who will stop at this board? Exactly IPCC students only will stop. Why? Because they know that CPT student will walk past. Arey IPCC are studying, chalo not for us. Final student will say, arey IPCC, again not for us. So those two people are going off. Understood? They are not there. So only IPCC candidates will start. But there also problem. They are also not done yet. Sir, I already finished my group 1. CA IPCC class means which one? Group 1 or group 2 or? We don't know anything. So here CA IPCC group 2 classes, a little more clarity on the board. Then there is like, sir, fantastic, I want group 2 only. CIPC group 2 class are starting on the 25th. Sir, they didn't tell where. What class? Advanced account, the odd aid, IT or SM, I had no clarity, sir. Arey, so much is there still no clarity. That means the deeper you go, the greater you can, get information. But this is not information as yet, it's still some fact. Somewhere some group 2 class is starting. So all these mere collection of facts are what? Data. But when you add something to it which makes it more meaningful, what will it become? It becomes information. So guys, from data which is a mere collection of facts, if I am processing it, processing it, then the activity is called data processing, which makes information. But guys, tell me one thing, CA group 2 class start on, let me add up, 25th. Will now somebody seeing this will be impressed by the board and they understand? Of course, here, call. Some number is given. Is that enough for somebody to at least do their next move? Because after calling I can find out, arey, where is your institute? Where is it? Who is taking the class? You didn't give any faculty details. You didn't give subject details. You didn't give any timings. They will tell you everything on the phone. Have you seen that board saying, for more info, for more information, dial. We've seen so many boards which say for more information, dial. Which means what? Which means that you are giving something. That this means this is not the info then. This is only telling you some facts. If you want to know more about this fact, you call me. On call I will tell you. So guys, mere collection of facts doesn't make up to information. Then what makes up to information is what? Processed form of. Now tell me one more thing. Do you believe this board is processed? Like, do you believe that this board is very good? Yes, it's much better than the past, right? Hello, from the first board that I wrote, this is much better or not? Yes. But medical student went past this board again. Does it make sense to him? Arey, you only told me now that this is much better than past. But it should help medical student, no? It won't help. Why? Because right from the beginning, it is not relevant to him. Are you understanding? Data, what was given there, is meaningless in the initial. The first board that I wrote, class taught on, that was meaningless to everybody, correct? Then we added all these. We glorified the board. Does it make some sense to somebody now? But does it make sense to a medical student and engineering student? Not even now. That means, is this data or information? Is it data or information? Why is the dilemma there in your answer? Why are you not able to tell whether it is data or information? Because you don't know who is reading the board. Yes or no? So guys, if the CA student who is doing IPCC is reading the board, is this information or not? Yes. Anybody else reading this board, for them it is? Data. That means the same thing which is data for somebody, can it be information to somebody else? Yes. Absolutely. Can it be like that or not? That is the best part of the story. So, who decides what is information and who decides what is data? The user. That is the recipient. So, I am now going to introduce a key character in this definition. who's going to decide what is information and what is data. So right, I already asked the question of what. What is information? Information is a processed form of data. So guys, information. I'm asking my first question. What is information? What is information? Processed form of data. Okay, very good. But this is processed form of data, but this is still meaningless to so many people. Right? So a key character is introduced in the definition. Who is that? The guy who is receiving it, called the recipient. Okay, yeah, user. We will call him user a little later. Right now we will call him recipient because it could be anybody. Alright? So guys, information is a processed form of data which is meaningful to whom, guys? Meaningful to, who is that character? Meaningful to the recipient, which is meaningful to the recipient. So this guy is the most important guy in the definition. Chalo, that is a very simple point. What is information? Processed form of data. To whom it is important? To the recipient. But that's not it. What is more important is, how does it matter to somebody? Chalo, now the recipient received the process form of data. Guys, an IPC student read this board. What does he do after that? Only two options. What are the two probable options? Either he will join the class or not join the class. Yes or no? So that means he will take a decision or not. Guys, why is the information meaningful to him? So that he can make a decision. Right? Process form of data which is meaningful to the recipient. For what purpose? So I am asking the next question. Why? For decision making. For decision making. Guys, is he making on the spot decision or 25th is a future date? No, don't be bothered about today's date. So somebody could read this board on 10th. Somebody can read this board on 25th morning also. So are they making a decision right now or are they making a decision for future? Could be anything. Yes or no? If I am reading it on February 10th, it's a decision for me whether to join the class on 25th or not. That is one decision. If I am reading the board on 25th morning, it is an immediate decision. Should I join the class today or not? So guys, by using this meaningful information, can I make decisions? Yes. When? That is the last question. When? Either now or in future. So guys, we are just raising 4 questions. What, who, why and when. So come on everybody together with me, tell me now, what is data? Data is only a mere collection of facts. But when it comes to information, what is information? Information is a process form of data which is meaningful to the recipient. Acha? For what purpose? For decision making. When? Now or in future. Now is called current. Current means what? Right now. Future is called progressive. Progressive means as we move on, as we go on. Right? Chalo, put up 2 important things that we learned right now. Let's put it up. So before the first chapter starts, you have a little blank space. You can use that blank space to write down a couple of important definitions. Put up the first side heading, guys. Call it data. Data. First definition that we are writing is data. What is data, guys? It's a random collection of data is a random collection of, make a note here, data is a random collection of facts and figures. Data is a random collection of facts and figures. That's the first and very simple definition, but that's not what we need. That's only raw. We need to process that. We need to make it more glorified. We need to use it for decision making and all that. So that makes a lot of sense. Put up the next side heading called information. And when you write the definition also, write it in 4 parts so that it's very easy for you to understand. I'll tell you what the 4 parts are. You can go with it. Right? This is just an explanation of it. We will write it now. Put up the side heading information. What will you write? The first line is what? Information is processed form of data. All in first line. Information is processed form of data, that is line 1. Processed form of data, that is line 1, which is meaningful to the recipient, line number 2. Which is meaningful to the recipient, which is meaningful to the recipient for in the third point, right on, for current or progressive decision making, right? Current or progressive in the third line, write the word decision making in the fourth. Process form of data which is meaningful to the recipient for current or progressive decision making. I'm just reordering that to make a very meaningful statement. What is that we are doing? Process form of data which is meaningful to the recipient. I just moved this. For current or progressive decision making. For current or progressive decision making, that is third. And point number 4, why? Decision making. So guys, these are the 4 basic points that we need to understand. Now when we join all these, that's what makes the definition of what information is. Chalo, everybody tell me along, what is it? Information is process form of data meaningful to the recipient, okay? For what? For current or progressive decision. Understood guys? That's exactly what information is all about. So we understood data, we understood information. Okay. Altogether different from this is the term technology, right? Which is what we are so much addicted to, right? Technology. So technology has changed. Technology has brought in so much. Thanks to technology, we are telling so many things. All that I wanted to tell now is, what do you know about this particular term called technology? Come on, tell me. What is your insight or an idea about this word technology? So we are now seeing data and information we have seen. Now we are going to see this word called technology. So tell me, what do you mean by technology? You are all using phones. You are all using computers, phones, right? Everything's become very much mobile. Things have become very easy. So what do you mean by technology? Tell me that. Technology. Now this is a, come on quick, we got to just move on. We are not spending so much time on this. Come on fast. What do you mean by technology? Anything? What is technology? Except for instance, we had, wooden wheels. Wooden wheels were there, right? We all studied the early man story on, how he used to make fire out of, stones, and then, like wooden wheels. We have seen how man has, found out wooden wheels, and then the evolution theory. From there on we went on. Now we use, like the railways uses wheels of iron, right? Like the roadways are using rubber wheels, right? So we have found out different things. No, you can't kind of imagine to use rubber on, the electric, in the same trains. The trains are running on electric mode. So now we don't even have wheels. We have connected magnetic platforms. So they like, you have speed trains and all that. With no wheels. They're all moving on a small, magnetic path. So they're very much different. So now how things have changed, evolved. That means what? They made things better. What I was talking is about a wooden wheel, and right now I'm talking about the same thing without even the wheels. So there is an evolution in everything. Right? You used to take clothes and rinse them well, hit them hard to a stone and then get them washed. Right? That was one process of washing. Right now all that you need to do is to throw it into a machine, shut the door, connect it to a water pipe, switch on. Done. It's washed, rinsed, dried, and then you get the dried cloth out. Fully automatic washing machine. So what did a washing machine do here? What did a car do? What did a bike do? What did a pen do? Right? If you go back centuries, right, we have all seen those transcripts that people have written. Have you seen stone engravings? But they didn't have this pen. Now right now it's become an easy platform for me. I'm using this pen so that I can communicate whatever I want. I'm using this board. That time they neither had a board nor a pen, nor they had a paper, nor they had your, okay, this is a marker for me, you have a pen. So you are writing something. So what we leave for our future is what something they've left from their side are all on stone engravings. Today they're all there in museums, right? Or otherwise, they found some dry leaves on which they've crushed green leaves made some, kind of a liquid out of that, and then they use that to write something. That is their kind of putting up things. Or, like some king had very serious things to write and he found nothing. So then they used their blood to write. Today they are all in the museum. So that point of time they didn't find. Today we have ink to write. That time they couldn't think of making one. So they used their own blood. But today also we use. That's a different thing. Different people use it for different purposes. So nevertheless, right. But anyways, either way. So today this is not considered to be ink. Today this is considered to be, little out of the box. Right. For whatever reason they are. But guys, from all these what we need to understand is what? Something that has made the life more easier. Something that has helped us to push it to the next level, which is what is called what? Technology. Anything that makes our life easier is technology. Right? We used to, like household, you talk about a household. Like washing utensils, washing clothes, cleaning the house, sweeping the house, mopping the house. You name it and we have something, a device which is meant for that. Right? I am telling you as simple as writing. Like say 11th century carvings, you go and you're very surprised in the museum to see all that. Maybe, like a 2 centuries later, whatever we have written in the notebooks, that also could be, maybe 2 centuries later, there will be nothing like a notebook to write. Everything may be printed. 2 generations later, what we leave could be the entire data that is stored on cloud. Today itself, we are not storing anything in books and papers anymore. Those days of big storerooms, big libraries. When was the last time you went to a library to pick up a book? Everything is available on e-platform. You have tools like Kindle to read, so there's no real reason to store anything anymore in physical form. So already we are in the process of saving environment. No more cutting down of trees and no more wasting of paper. So right, IT has its own benefits. Like say when you talk about a concept like information technology, what is the technology that you're talking about? Right now I'm not even talking about information technology. I'm blind to this word information right now. I'm just talking about technology. So anything that eases our life, anything that makes things or jobs easier. But how? This is the concept. But very important question is still pending. How do you do that? Pen, is it a small tool? Right now the marker that I am having, is it a tool? Some time back I told you, washing. What is it called as? Washing machine. So it could be a tool, or it could be a machine, or it could be any mechanism. The use of various tools, the use of some techniques, the use of some machines, use of all this which is making your job easy. That's what technology is all about. What is technology? The use of tools, techniques and machines to make life more easier. I mean, it need not be coined as make life more easier. You can say to make anything more easier. That's what is technology. Alright, first put up the definition of technology. Then now, I want all of you to use all your intelligence to join both these and figure out what exactly information technology would be. We will do that in a short while as we write on the definition of technology. Put up the third side heading, technology, and write on the definition for what technology. What is technology, guys? The use of technology is the use of machines / tools / techniques. Machines, tools, or techniques to perform jobs, with more ease. If there are tools, machines and techniques to perform jobs with more ease, then it is called what? Technology. If you are using any tools, machines and techniques to perform those jobs with more ease. Sir, is it making my life more easier? Yeah, absolutely, then it is a tool. Sir, this particular tool is helping me erase. It's making my life easier. Very good. Otherwise, I might as well have to use a cloth. I have a marker to write. Or if not this day, should I find something else? Maybe earlier we used a blackboard and a white chalk. Now we are using a whiteboard and a black ink. It differs, like things change. Earlier I was using a bicycle. Then we started adding a small motor to it, so that where the pedaling becomes a little more faster. Then we found out something like a moped. without any gear or any system. Then they found the gear system so that it could be shifted and become more faster. And then we found four-wheelers with much bigger engines. Then we found big trucks, big buses, right? Then we found the helicopters and the airplanes, and then technology, like, you know, making it things more easier. And with the current trends, you can also say making it more faster, right? There is already a bike in existence. You are bringing a faster bike. There is already a car. You are finding out some new mechanism to go even more faster. There is already a plane. You are finding one more plane to make it even more faster. That means technology is not just about using tools and machines now. The improvements in technology are about finding new devices or things which can make it even more faster. So it's like if you are saying or making the statement because technology is changing. Technology is not changing. Technology is something that is dynamic. Technology, the feature of technology is not to change. It is an inherent component of technology. Technology by nature itself is not stable. You understood? What way of communication was in the past when it comes to talk about information? Earlier, if I had to send information, what do I do to send information? Remember those days where you have seen those old movies where pigeons were sent, right? That may or may not go to the right destination. Correct or not? If it finds somebody in between, right, and believes them to be the destination, right? So there is a possibility that something like that can happen. But, you know, yeah, but they were trained. So, you know, that's not something that's discussed now. It's there from centuries. Pigeons basically are trained like that to go to the right destination and come back to its, you know, the owner. So that they're trained like that. That's fine. That's one way of doing it. Then we started sending messengers, right? That is people physically carrying out the message with themselves, not on any paper or any note or anything. Then we started sending them, you know, through a person, but through a paper to some distance. Then we started using postal systems. Today we have the ultimate and the most easiest way of sending information through an instant messaging application or an email. Business purpose we use email, and for personal communication we are using instant messaging applications like the WhatsApp or Hike or so many messengers, you name it, they're instant messaging apps. So from where? From tying the message to a pigeon's leg to, you know, sending it across the globe in less than a second to instant messaging, technology has evolved. So that's what technology is all about. But right now all that I'm asking is not this anymore. Right, okay, let this be there because that is what technology is all about. We also have the definition of information. All that I want to do is take a minute's time and coin a definition for what do you think is information technology. So let me help you a little bit with that. How does information come, guys? If I want information as the output, what should be the input, guys? What should be the input? Data, very good. So if data is given as input, the transformation of that will bring out information. Okay, I'm not revealing anything more. I want a definition for information technology. Take a minute's time. I want you to phrase it out like what is being done by what to get what. I think I've given you the answer in that itself, right? So come on, use the concept of how we got out information, use the concept of machines, tools and techniques, and then just we have a solution in that itself. Yeah, can you make one definition? What is it? Come on. Yeah, whatever, whoever it is, come on, just go with the definition. Okay, it may be right or wrong. Anyway, we are going to write the definition in a minute. Chalo, tell me, what is it? What do you think information technology is all about? So, what is the output? Okay, let's do it like this. Let's make it Q&A. So, let's make it easy. What is the output that we want? Information. Very good. How do you get it? By processing something. What is that something? Data. How should that processing be done? We don't know that. Either it can be manual or by use of these machines and tools. Correct or not? So, if you are using any of these tools, techniques or machines to process data and get out information, that's all. That is information technology. Right? So, if I have to coin it now like this, so if I say the use of tools, techniques or some machines to transform data into information is called as information technology. Is that true? What is it? What did I say? Come on, everybody, how do we go with it? The use of tools, techniques, or machines for what? For converting or transforming data into. So if you're doing any of that, then it is called what? Information technology. Guys, please tell me, in today's practical world, what is that device or what is that machine that is helping us convert data into information? Computers. Very good. That is exactly why IT is so synonymous to the use of the word computer. So sometimes we can go one step further and tell IT is all about use of computers. It is all about the use of computers. How you are going to use computers in various genres of business, in various areas of business, to deal various aspects of business. Let me throw a very quick example. Like say 10 years before, right? The banking system was not like how it is today, correct? Do you accept the fact or not? We used to stand in long queues to deposit money, to withdraw money. In fact, to update passbook also, we have to stand in lengthy queues. Today there is no concept of passbook only. Why? Because by the time you pick up your cash from the counter and turn back, your mobile phone is already ringing saying that your account is debited by so and so amount. Same way if somebody deposited cash in your account or some online credit has happened to your account directly, you are getting messages. And imagine if you have to always go only to one branch to withdraw deposit cash, how difficult it is to be. Like say earlier I used to stay in particular area A. From there I shifted to area B. Now I opened a bank account in area A's branch. I moved to area B, which is almost 15 kilometers. If you have to always go to area A's branch to withdraw a deposit cash, imagine what kind of a pain it is. Today, I don't even know where my branch is. I don't even have to. And I don't know, to be very honest, when was the last time I visited my home branch? Not required. The internet application is there. So I can use my banking account on the laptop. Forget about even opening the laptop. We have the application right away on our mobile phone. So we have come long from where we were. So today's banking system is absolutely different from what we have seen, thanks to technology. Banking is only one area of, idea that I given you. Education has changed, right? You don't have to always go to a particular place to listen to somebody, right? We have online classes, right? We have different mediums to reach people. We have webinars, right? On the web, a seminar is conducted, right? And then a live Q&A session is possible. The person is somewhere in Delhi. He's addressing whole of the country and we are all able to live chat and live talk with them, make it a real-time environment. Quite possible. So those are not out of imagination. They're pretty much what are happening right now. Thanks to the use of computers. So IT is very synonymous to the use of what? Computers. Right? Don't worry. At a later point in time, we will have the definition of what IT is and what are the various concepts involved in IT. IT is all about use of computers. Computers are nothing but a combination of hardware and software. So lot more stuff is there to catch up. Don't worry. The second chapter of the syllabus is full of that stuff only. Alright, right now let me quickly take you through what we are going to see in IT. As a chartered accountant, or basically right now as a chartered accountant student, why are you being trained on IT? What is this punishment? Right? The very fact that we chose commerce is because we don't like all this nonsense. Right? Yeah. I can understand because we don't like physics. We don't like chemistry. We don't like real-time things. We only like concepts. Right? That's one of the reasons why we chose commerce. So because we're not having the attachment towards it. But the very fact that you need to understand at this point of time in the market, what drives the entire concept is the information technology. If today there is some client of yours not using IT, I don't even really think that we can even imagine a client who is not using IT. Right? So, in fact, tomorrow if you have to file your exam application, you have to know IT. A little bit of how to use computers. So today you can't be an alien to these concepts and say, sorry, it's not my domain. I am not really connected to it. We can't definitely say that. Right? So in that context, we definitely need to understand how things work. Right? So see here on what information technology is all about and how we are actually trying to figure out what it is. We have 5 chapters in our syllabus. to understand what is going on. So again guys, we are not discussing on how we are going to use information technology in your life or in my life. What we are going to do with information technology is again going to be restricted only to a business. So both these subjects guys, like in strategic management and information technology, we are only talking about these two subjects in the context of a business, not for you or me. We are not dealing strategic management for you or me. It's not our personal management. I am not talking about time management, or I am not talking about your health and wealth management. I am talking about strategic management. Strategies are required by business. So that was business management. Same case here also. How IT plays a key role in shaping up business. Right? This subject also starts with the same definition of what a business is. Right? How it goes further. What are various processes that you need to get into. How do you go with it? This subject has only 5 chapters. Again, like I said, 57 marks. 50 marks is what you're supposed to write for. 57 marks, so 58 marks could be something including choice. So please be very sure that there are going to be questions from all the chapters. So there's nothing that you can leave in choice, right? Because limited syllabus. And one good thing about a subject like ITSM is, your questions, including audit also, your questions are always, from the book. Except probably, for example, if you practice 100 problems in costing, maybe 101th problem with a new adjustment can come in the exam which you have not really practiced. But here it's a straight question, and if you know what the answer is, you score marks. Otherwise, it's straight and simple, right? Of course, we will, towards the end see what to write and how to prepare. That's a different story. Right now, we will only concentrate on understanding the syllabus first, right? So we are not struggling here to get 40 marks. That's not our objective. So we have raised our bars already, right? Our minimum lookout for anything in the subject should be at what? 60 marks. That is minimum lookout. Then depending on your effort, you scale up. You want 80, you want 90, you want 70, you decide. But I want a minimum of 60 because you're putting time and effort. This is the minimum reflection of that time and effort that we should see. And let me tell you guys, it's not very difficult in this kind of an IT subject, IT and SM subject, because one good thing about, sometimes it proves to be an advantage, sometimes the same thing counts to be a disadvantage also. Like, you have 50 marks of IT, 50 marks of SM. So all that you need to do is to strike 30 and 30. But some students, they're over attached to one part of this. You don't do that. Because you want to do studying management very well, ignore IT. Some students, they're very good in IT, ignore studying management. That should not be there. A proper balance should be there. And our own students have proved that it is possible to get something like 85. Right? So these numbers are not something that I'm telling to just for the sake of telling. These are numbers which are possible, and the proven track records of these. So don't even really worry that how could it be something like 85. It's pretty much possible, and my own students have done that. And in fact, there are students across formats where they have scored 90 plus also. But so it's quite possible to score very high. It's only the game that you need to play very balanced. So in that context, to discuss IT, we have business as the main thing. In business, you will have several processes. So what are those processes? How do you manage those? So the first and foremost chapter that we will be discussing is about what is business process management, right? Then second chapter that we are supposed to deal with is about what is the concept of IT. In the last 5 minutes, I just gave you a small intro about what IT is. It's this complete discussion about the topic in that chapter. What is IT and what are all IT fundamentals, some basic concepts. So what is information technology? What are the various components in information technology? What are its various layers? How is it useful? What are some of the latest tools and technologies? Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, right? We have used iPads, iPods, and then we have used tablets, we have used laptops, we have used operating systems like Android. So quick insight about all those topics. Very important 2 marks topics. When we get there, we will see. And then one of the most important chapters in your syllabus, which is also a heavyweight chapter, like where you can expect roughly around 12 marks to 14 marks to feature. Of course, all chapters have an equal weightage between 8 to 12 marks, but a little, more towards chapter 3 and 4. Chapter 3 is on how to connect the entire world. It's about networks and telecommunication. Networks and telecommunication. What is telecommunication? How did it make our life easy? What are networks? How is the entire world networked? Right? one global village is the concept that's being talked about today. How is it possible? What are these networks? How did we go for it? How did we use internet? How e-commerce as a concept was born. Today we are not even visiting big shopping malls to do anything. It's online shopping time, right? You want it, you just have it in your mobile phone, the application, just pull it and just buy whatever you want. So the days have changed, guys. So you need to know how networks and telecommunication work, and this is pretty much a very general topic, very easy. Of course, few technical concepts are there in both these topics. And then topic number 4 is absolutely business oriented. How information systems, which are various softwares, like I was just talking about a banking thing. A banking company right now uses a core banking software. A core banking software is something that enables you to withdraw or deposit anywhere in any branch. Core, right? Central operations. One single software for everything. Of course, we'll discuss that in detail. So how various information systems are used in business. They're all the topics in the 4th chapter. Lot more to catch up with there. And then 5th one is what are the latest softwares available in the market? What are those business application softwares? Business application software that are available in market. You name an activity, we have a software for that in the market right now. Right? Sir, I want to track my vehicle. Very good. Logistic tracking system. You have a GPS chip enabled in the vehicle right now. You can track. Sir, I want accounting automation. You have softwares like Tally. Tally is the one very popular accounting software or no? Tally, Focus, Wings. So I want to automate a toll gate. Very good. Walk to the toll gate, tap a card, gate opens, take your car, move forward. Right? Toll gate, automated toll gate systems. You name an area and we have a software to take care of that. Right? It's as simple as playing a game of golf. Right? Golf is a game which is played in acres of space. You want to track the ball and then move on from one part of the court to the other part. Systems. Right? There's a small chip enabled in the ball that's made. Right? That tracks the position of the ball and then you can move. Right? You name it and that sector has softwares right now. Right? So these are 5 very simple chapters that we have. Right? And of course, business process management also talks a little bit about flow charts. That's one of the technique in that topic. I have pulled it down into a separate unit. Flow charts. Some problems are there in flow charts on how to draw flow charts. That is discussed. The concept is discussed in chapter 1, but drawing of flow charts, I have given exclusive questions in topic number 6. So that's it. This is your syllabus, and this is what it is going to be for all the 50 marks. Understood? So these are the 5 topics. Of course, flow chart you can include in the first topic itself. So these are the topics that we are going to see on how IT is going to help in business and what are the various things that IT has brought us on the current situation. So let's start off with our first chapter, guys, which is called as Business Process Management. Are you clear with all the definitions? Please run through all the definitions once again of data, information, technology, and of course understand information technology also. We will start with our first chapter called Business Process Management.